Hello, welcome to another episode of Real Talk. So, I usually do these on Thursdays, but I've noticed that after watching my videos, you guys feel really pepped up and motivated, and your comments and everything motivates me in return. And I thought I should do this at the beginning of a week when we are getting back into the swing of things after a weekend instead of keeping it towards the end of the week. So I'm switching it to Mondays, and inshallah you can expect one video every Monday, inshallah. So the other day on my Instagram stories, I asked you guys what would you like to hear me speak about, and I was expecting it, and a lot of you suggested me to talk about how I manage home and work with four children, mashallah, basically time management and the related stuff. This is a question that I get a lot. I'm asked a lot. So when I started PPS back in 2012, I had two children, a boy and a girl. They were 3 and plus, and just over a year. My second was just over a year, and then as PPS grew, alhamdulillah, my family grew as well. So now I have two boys and two girls. Mashallah. So yeah, this is a question that I get a lot, and I thought I've answered this many times on Instagram stories as well, but I thought, yeah, okay, I'll do a quick video so that you can come back and refer to it whenever you need a push of motivation, and I can come back and watch it as well. So there are a few things that you can do, but first and foremost, it's all about your mindset. Oftentimes I hear people, especially women, complaining that, especially women because we have a lot more to do, complaining that, I wish I had more hours in the day or days in the week. In my case, it's the other way around, and I've been thinking this way for many, many years now, and I suggest you start switching your thought process as well. So, in my case, I believe and I firmly believe that 24 hours is more than enough to get whatever I want to get done in that day. And that includes 6 to 8 hours of sleep as well. So, if you look at things that way, like if you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, I can get whatever I have on my to-do list crossed off today. I can get it done today because I have enough time. Then you will, with time and practice, see an improvement in the way you manage your time. You Positive mindset, as cliche as it sounds, it's really what's the right word? It really works, and switching from a negative point of view to like, oh, I don't have enough time, to yes, I have enough time, and it's on me to manage my time cleverly and manage it well so that I can get most out of the time that I have. Then yes, you're going to be more productive in the days to come, inshallah. So it's all about your mindset. The second thing is time blocking. So time blocking is something that I started doing recently. So basically, during the day, you will have these blocks of time where you dedicate your time to certain things only, and only those things. So for example, you guys must have noticed that in the morning I post stories showing either my garden, or I have my walk or my workout, and then a lunch walk. So in the morning when I wake up, I say my prayers, read the Quran, and then I either go for a walk outside, or I do my lunch prep and then go for a walk. So if I've gone for my walk, I come back, do my lunch box prep, get the children out of the house, the first two out of the house, and so those 2 3 hours in the morning, that's all that I worry about. I don't worry about work. I try my best not to check Instagram or DMs or stories. All my focus is on my health and my family and getting all of us started for the day. And then from, let's say, 9 to 12 or 1, or sometimes it can go up to 2, it's all about PPS and work. So when I'm picking those blocks of time, is just about that particular thing that I want to do, and my sole focus is on that. Now, whether you do time blocking or not, this brings up my third point, and that is to focus on what you're doing. So we women are so much about multitasking, right? We're doing this and that and so many things, and mashallah, we are capable of doing so many things at the same time. But what I would suggest is that you focus only on one thing. So for example, if you're typing an email, just focus your attention on typing that email instead of having like hundreds of tabs opened, and checking your phone and maybe attending a call in between and then feeling distracted and like a headless chicken. So instead of that, put all of your focus on just getting that one task done, and then move on to the next and move on to the next. um, Fourth thing is finding pockets of time. So this is especially true when our children are really small, newborn phase, and there is it's not really easy to set a routine, because children want different things at different stages of their lives, and it can feel like a little bit overwhelming, actually a lot overwhelming. In those scenarios, what I do is I find these small pockets of time to do the things that I want. So if it's like, let's say my child is napping and it's just for 20 minutes, so in that 20 minutes I will get something done. I try not to again think about other things and just do those little things. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes may not sound like a lot, but when you club them together and you get like one thing done in those 10-15 minutes, it adds up, and before you know, you've covered a lot of things in one day. um, Another thing that I would like to suggest is keeping a to-do list. I know to-do list gets a lot of flack these days. My idea of to-do list is not about oh, I'm hustling 24 hours a day, I've got this done. No, my idea of to-do list is to get that overwhelming thing going on in your head onto paper. So you sort of do a dumping on. I carry this notebook basically. It's in my kitchen. It's with me pretty much everywhere. It's a simple 5 dirhams notebook that I got from Moji, nothing fancy. What I do is I sort of, whatever is in my head that I want to get done in that day or in the coming days, I just write it down, and then I start doing the simplest thing first and striking it off the to-do list one by one, and then gradually proceeding. So the reason why I do it on a paper and not on a mobile app is because I used to have a to-do list app on my phone, and I would unlock my phone and open the app to check the app, and then I would see notifications or something else, and then I would get distracted, and before I know it, I'm doing something else. So now I strictly stick to a notebook and a pen, and I've noticed that whenever I put things on paper, it's not as big as it seems in my head. Our mind, it's really important that we train our mind to see things the way they are, rather than overthinking and making it into this big snowball. So when you put it down on the paper and you see it written, and you're like, oh, it's just 4 or 5 things. I don't know why I was thinking I had this huge number of things to get done today. So it sort of makes you feel less overwhelmed, and you can prioritize. So whatever has to be done that day, you can do it that day, and then you can move the rest to the next day. Bullet journaling helps for this as well. So that's one thing that you can do. Another thing is multitasking. Like I said, I do not believe in the kind of multitasking where you're doing hundreds of things together and your attention is everywhere. The kind of multitasking that I would suggest is, for example, you want to listen to a podcast, or you want to listen slash watch a video lecture or something, but you're not able to find the time to do it when you're cooking, or do it when you're washing the dishes, or you're getting another, you're vacuuming the house, or you're getting some sort of chore done which doesn't require a lot of your attention, then you can do multitasking like this. So this is a scenario where I suggest multitasking. Meal prep, I'm looking into the notebook because I've written down the points. Meal prep is another thing that you can do. I have spoken about this in detail on my Instagram stories, and it's saved under the same name on highlights. So meal prep helps you, when you have things prepped in your refrigerator, it makes the cooking process faster, saves you a lot of time, and you really have to invest only 1 or 2 hours a week to get your meals prepped. In my case, I don't really cook the whole meal, but I keep the vegetables, herbs, and other things prepped so that I can cook a quick curry or something in a jiffy. And I would also suggest that to think ahead, so to plan ahead in the sense that when I'm cooking lunch, I think about dinner, and I think about the next day's lunchbox as well. So I cook meals in such a way that I can take a bit for dinner, I can take a bit for save a bit for lunchbox as well. So plan ahead, think ahead, but not so far ahead that it overwhelms your brain. Set boundaries and ask for help. So have strict boundaries. Like if you have a family member or a friend who takes up way too much of your time, be diplomatic about it, but have strict boundaries. You do have to help others, but not to the point that you're not helping yourself. Yeah. And be kind to yourself. Take one day at a time. Life is overwhelming, adulting is hard, but be kind to yourself. Don't compare yourself to others, and you're like, oh, that lady or this lady on Instagram or on Facebook is getting a lot done, she's a super mom, and I'm here, I haven't even cooked a meal. No, that's fine. Everyone has good days and bad days. Like, I have days where I can whip out 2 to 3 videos like this in just one sitting, and then I have days where getting out of the bed seems like a big chore. So be kind to yourself, take one day at a time. You will get there, inshallah. Just be in a train your mind to think positively, so that you can manage your time well and be productive, but at the same time find a balance where you're not hustling so hard that you burn out, and you're not resting too much that you end up being lazy. So it's a fine balance between being productive and taking rest. So I hope you find that balance, and I hope you get things done, and I hope this video was helpful. Um, Whether you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 children, it's all about how you think about it and how you handle it. Really, there's no magic formula as such. There's no magic formula for work personal life balance as such. It's taking one day at a time and being a little clever with your time management and how you see things, really. I hope this video was helpful. You can use the airplane icon to share this on your stories. Do tag at PPSUA when you share them so that I can thank you and repost it for you. That's all. Do tune in every week, and if you would like me to talk about any other topics, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you soon. Wassalam.